Hello everyone. Again we are here discussing about this epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system and the vascular tissue system. Here I have taken a picture of a plant. Okay, here I have taken the cross section. What is the meaning of cross section? Actually, if consider this pen as a plant and we are cutting it like this. Okay, horizontal to the ground, we are cutting horizontal to the ground, or we can say that consider this pen as a particular whatever organ or plant. Consider this as a plant. If we cut it like this, okay, just take my hand, just see my hand. If I cut it like this, then I will get a section of the plant like this, right here, this type. I have if I see it like this, then it will look like a circular cross section. So if I cut this plant like this, then if I look from the above side, then this will look circular in origin, right? So this is the cross section of the stem of this particular plant. So this cross section we will discuss where is the dermal tissue system present, where is the ground tissue system present, and where is the vascular tissue system present. Like we have already discussed that in the epidermal region or in the outside region, the system of tissue present are called as the dermal tissue. Here you can say I have little bit of marked this particular cells which are present outside. So these particular cells which are present outside of the of this particular cross section are known as the dermal tissue system. Okay, these are the dermal tissues and they form the epidermis part of the stem. What is the epidermis? Epidermis is the outermost layer of the stem. Below this epidermis or below this dermal tissue system, few cells are present. Okay, these are other kind of cells, like these origin of these cells are different. So these cells form a tissue and this particular tissue is known as ground tissue system. You can see here I have separated this ground tissue system as from here to here. These round shaped cells represent the ground tissue system. They constitute the parenchyma cells, okay, the collenchyma cells, or you can say the simple permanent tissues are present in the ground tissue system. Okay, and after this particular ground tissue system, we have the vascular tissue system, which consists of this particular xylem and phloem, which conduct water and food to the stem part or from stem to the root part. Okay, so here we have already discussed about meristematic tissue, and meristematic tissue was divided into three categories. They are the apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. This division is based on the where is this particular tissue is located, like depends on the this is based on the location of tissue. Okay, based on the location of tissue, meristematic tissue is divided into three categories. First one is the apical. Apical means apex. And what is the apex actually? Apex is the topmost region. It can be topmost region of the shoot, or it can be the topmost region of the root, or it can also be topmost or tip regions. Okay, tip regions of the leaf, tip regions of the stem, etc. Like you can see here in this particular plant, this is the tip, right? And we know that the tip of plant grows upward direction, right, in this particular direction. So this tip of shoot contains this particular meristem, apical meristem, and here this one is the tip of root. This also you can consider, this also you can consider, any tip regions of this particular plant you can consider. There you will find this apical meristem, right? And we know that meristematic tissue are those tissue which continues to divide, right? So if here this apical meristem continues to divide, definitely it will, this particular plant will grow in length, right, in shoot region. If the apical meristem in the shoot in the tip of this root region will divide continuously, then definitely this root will go deeper inside the soil. If it grows in the leaf region, then it will increase in the surface area, like this, right? Second one we have second one is the intercalary meristem. Before going to intercalary meristem, let's see what is a node and what is a internode. If you see in any plant, then this particular leaf or any branch originate at a particular point. Like if you see a stem of grass, let's take an example like this, then you can see there are certain node like regions. Node like regions means these are little bit of tougher, okay, or this will this region will you can see like swollen parts, okay, this will see like swollen parts, and from this particular swollen part either a new leaf or a new branch will originate, and these particular swollen parts are known as the node regions, okay. These are the node. You can observe this particular node in sugar cane much easily. In sugar cane you will find at this particular node there will be stem originated, right? So these are the node parts, and in between two nodes you will find a region that is known as the internode. Okay, so where this intercalary meristem is located, these are located at the base of these nodes, like here this they can located at the base of this node or leaf base, okay, like here. So what this intercalary meristem do actually, when sometimes what happens in case of grasses, when grazing animals eat this particular grass, okay, suppose this one is a grass and cow came and ate till this one, okay, but you see apical meristem has been cut out, right? So it should not grow in length then. So because we have already discussed that apical meristem helps in the elongation of the stem upright, right? But the grass continues to grow. But how this continues to grow? Due to presence of this particular intercalary meristem. If there is no if the apical meristem is absent or due to certain reason if it is removed, then this intercalary meristem also helps in the growth of this particular plant in upright manner, okay. Third one is the lateral meristem, and lateral meristem are present in stem regions in a circular manner, like here I have seen. Here you can assume a particular stem region. I have cut a cross section, and here is the cross section view. You can see a circular cross section, and inside this particular circular cross section in a circular fashion again this particular lateral meristem is present. So how this lateral meristem grows actually, suppose this one is the lateral meristem, this one is the epidermis of the particular plant. So lateral meristem grows in this way, okay. Suppose this one the lateral meristem, it is growing like this, so this will definitely grow in a bigger circle, right, like this, and we call this as the increase in the girth of plant. You must have seen that the plant at its initial stage, the stem girth or circumference, right, the circumference of the stem is very small, but after certain years or after certain months this circumference increases. How this increases, and after increasing it will convert into a big tree. How it will convert then? This lateral meristem help in this growth of this circumference or growth in this radial direction, okay, radial direction, and it will increase the girth of this particular plant.